We're always doing something, even if we're just staring at a wall. That's doing something. That's doing staring at a wall. How do you choose what it is that you do? I was reflecting earlier today about this contrast between doing to feel something versus guided doing. And what I mean by that is that a lot of doing comes from a motivation of feeling something. If I do this, then I'll feel that. If I go to an amusement park, I will feel happy. If I clean my home, I will feel more at peace. And these choices that we make to do different things are based on what our past has taught us. And some things continue to work, but for a person going through a kind of transition into a more spiritual way of being, you might find that certain things that used to achieve certain feelings no longer work. I used to like to go to the mall and be around the energy of those kind of places. And maybe that served a purpose for a while, learning about group behavior, just getting some thrills of purchasing and colors and the noises. You might have associations with childhood. A lot of things that we do come from our past all the way back to childhood. That was fun when I was a kid. My family did it, and so I continue to do it. And so it continues to be that way until we start to realize that certain things don't work anymore. And then if we continue to try to do things that once worked and the feelings don't come anymore as they used to, then that could be a real opportunity, but it can be kind of scary too, because it's like all these things that used to make me feel good, it doesn't work anymore. I used to like the high of smoking a cigarette. I used to like the freedom of getting drunk and expressing myself vehemently or whatever it is. And so it's not like we stop doing. We're always doing something, like I mentioned earlier. It's the motivation for what we do shifts from what has been socialized or marketed or familiar to what is coming from within you. And then it feels good to do what you're here to do. But that is a great challenge, to find out what it is that you're here to do, and to ask yourself in every moment of the day, you know, not literally like asking yourself, but you find yourself transitioning at different points throughout the day, and then what do I want to do? And not just because of habit, not just because this is what I normally do, what feels right now, what feels like it's coming from me and is aligned with my purpose. And it could be that you find yourself doing things that you've never done before. You might find that as you transition into a more spiritual way of being, the things you do are more gentle or more still than they used to be. There's a kind of developmental process in which doing actively and being on the go and learning about things through exploring and adventuring is part of learning about the world that you live in. And then there's a shift to what kind of mind do you want to live in? What kind of, you know, state of feeling do you want to inhabit? And not being so concerned about what's going on in the city, so to speak, in the mall, in the bar, in the restaurant. What's going on within you and what will make you feel good. And that's different for everybody. We're all here to do a very customized thing, and part of the challenge of doing something congruently is to examine the choices that we make, understand why we do what we do, and then start to tune in to that inner guidance that says, why not do this? And not get into any kind of rote habits. I always do this way, and this is what I do every day, and you know, these kinds of things that can give us a sense of structure, but at the same time can be rigid and get us away from what it is that we really are going to feel the most peacefulness from. And it can take some trial and error and some experimentation with trying this or trying that. And sometimes your body may help you by saying, it used to feel good to go out and do this and that, but now it brings a sense of anxiety. Now you can treat that with medication and then numb yourself so you still do the things that you're used to doing, or you could take anxiety as a sign that your body's questioning these things. Maybe you don't want to go to that place, or maybe you don't want to work at that place, or hang out with those people anymore, or go to that family gathering, or whatever it is that is bringing up a sense of anxiety. You're not as constricted as you may feel because socialization tells you that you have to do what is expected of you. But to step into your life, to step into your true path, that means paying attention to how you feel and whether or not what you're doing is truly what you want to do on a deeper level.
Let's cut out the melodrama so we can wake up the whole wide world. Let's make up and start